Chiefs Kingdom, we've got a real one today. Multiple reports say the Chiefs made a move at the deadline for Breece Hall. Kansas City reportedly put a fourth-round pick on the table, and the Jets said no. New York wanted a third, and talk stalled right there. So what does that tell us about Brett Veach's plan and this offense right now? Let's break it down like real fans do. This is Kansas City Chiefs Today, and we're pushing for 5,000 subs. Hit that like if you bleed red and gold, and let's talk Breece Hall. Here's the headline you've seen everywhere. Chiefs offered a fourth for Breece Hall. That's not smoke from a random blog, that's being reported by national outlets. The detail matters. The Chiefs' offer was a fourth in 2026. The Jets held firm. They wanted a straight third in 2026. No sweeteners, no compromise. Deadline buzzer, deal dead. Timing is everything at the deadline, and this was a chaotic week. New York went full reload, trading Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. They were listening on stars, but still set prices where they wanted them. Hall was always the "we'll move them, but only if we win the value" piece. Think about why Kansas City called. Through Week 9, the Chiefs sit at 5-4 after the Bills game. The offense has flashed, but it hasn't been clean drive to drive. Isiah Pacheco is the heartbeat, but he's battled through bumps and a knee issue. Depth behind him has been a week-to-week patchwork. Breece Hall checks boxes this team loves. True home run speed, contact balance, elite receiving chops. He's on a cheap rookie deal through 2025, then UFA in 2026. That means low 2025 cap hit, but the need for an extension decision soon. You can see why Veach kicked the tires and why the Jets asked big. Let's talk value, because this is where the arguing starts. Fourth versus third, 1 round apart, sounds small, but it's not to NFL GMs. A third rounder often lands you a plug-and-play role player. A fourth is more of a developmental swing, even if the Chiefs draft well. Kansas City drew the line, and that tells us how they view RB value. Under Andy Reid and Brett Veach, premium picks go to QB, trenches, and DBs. Running back? The philosophy has been find juice without overpaying. Pacheco in the 7th is the poster child, and he's been a tone setter. So a fourth for Hall is aggressive for this regime, but still disciplined. Now, what would Hall have changed immediately? Explosives, that's the headline. Defenses are sitting on intermediate routes and rallying to Pacheco's lanes. Hall forces 2 high safeties to respect the run and the wheel routes. He runs angle routes like a wideout, and he's a screen assassin. Year to date, he's been efficient on a shaky Jets offense. 5 yards per carry speaks for itself, on volume, not gadget touches. He's added close to 200 receiving yards as an outlet for Mahomes, and that matters for Mahomes. Imagine 11 personnel, Kelsey in the slot, Rice at Z, and Hall flexed out. You can RPO it, motion it, or run duo and punish light boxes. Short yardage is not just about bulk, it's about decisiveness. Hall hits the crease with violence and he finishes forward. Paired with Pacheco, you would have a thunder and thunder duo. Rotate series, keep legs fresh, and juice late in the fourth quarter. Pass pro matters in this offense. Mahomes extends plays and the back has to find work in protection. Hall's tape has improved year over year, hands are active, anchor is better. That reduces free runners and lets concepts develop downfield. Let's hit the contract piece quickly. Hall's on a rookie deal through 2025, small cap number this season and next. Trade cost is the pick, cap cost is manageable. That's why contenders called. But then you face the 2026 question, pay a second contracted RB or not? Kansas City, historically, doesn't want to lead the market there. So the calculus becomes this, is a 2026 third worth a season and a half of Breece Hall, plus the right to negotiate early but not the 5th-year option. If he explodes in KC, the price goes up and you might be paying top dollar. That's the real reason to hold at a fourth and keep your board intact. There's another layer, the draft class and internal development. Pacheco keeps stacking tough yards, and the staff trusts him in big moments. CEH and the rotational backs can bridge snaps when healthy. You also preserve capital to chase tackle, edge, or wide receiver in the top 100. That's where Kansas City's championship formula has been built. Would Hall have made the offense better tomorrow? Yes, because he adds explosives without telegraphing personnel. Would the move guarantee a ring? No, because the bigger swings might still be protection and outside receiver. That's where a third rounder could become an immediate starter next year. From a scheme standpoint, Reid and Nagy love backs who can widen linebackers. Hall would force nickel packages to declare, which opens middle of the field windows. Motion him to stack, run orbit, then throw the glance to Rice behind it. You'd see more light boxes for Pacheco and more YAC chances for Kelsey. It's the conflict defender stress this offense thrives on. But don't sleep on one quiet positive from not making the deal. It's a vote of confidence in the current room. It keeps the locker room hierarchy steady, and Pacheco as the closer. It keeps capital for injuries elsewhere where depth can get thin fast. And it signals the front office won't get pushed by another team's price. Chiefs Twitter went wild because that's what we do. Half the fan base said, "Pay the third, go in now." The other half said, "Stick to the plan, we're not bidding against ourselves." Both takes are valid, and both come from the same place, wanting Lombardi. National media framed it as a near-miss upgrade. Chiefs were right there but wouldn't cross the line. That tracks with Meech's rack track record: aggressive calls, disciplined closes. You call on DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Breece Hall, but you don't chase. Jets media confirmed the price gap. Fourth on the table, Jets stuck at the third, stalemate. It wasn't personal, it was valuation. And once Sauce and Quinnen moved, New York didn't need to sell Hall short. Inside the building, this becomes rally fuel. Pacheco hears the noise and it lights him up. The O-line hears the noise and it's Pride Week in the run room. Nagy hears the noise and you'll see early scripts that lean into the ground. Fans wanted juice after the Bills loss, totally fair. But the season isn't defined by Week 9 or one deadline phone call. Kansas City's path is still right there. Fix situational execution, finish drives. Red zone efficiency, third and medium discipline, and cleaner motion timing. Those things swing games, more than one new face at RB. So what does this all mean for Kansas City Kingdom? The front office is hunting edges, but only at our number. Breece Hall would have been electric, but the third was a bridge too far. Pacheco remains the heartbeat, and that identity matters down the stretch. Expect more gap runs, a heavier screen menu, and a few Rebby choice routes sprinkled in. Expect Reed to chase balance, not just run pass, but risk reward. And expect Mahomes to turn the page because that's what he always does. Denver next, division stakes, and a statement opportunity. If you're new here, this is what we do every day. Measured takes, real film talk, and honest fan energy. We celebrate the good and we keep it real when it's messy. Because this is Kansas City Kingdom and the standard is the standard. I'm fired up for the second half and I know you are too. Hammer that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a drop. We're right here after every update, trade rumor, and post-game presser. Stay with us and let's ride together. Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.